talking about three of my favorite tools for hormone balancing. Have you tried them? Did they work for you? That's what I want to know. Yep. Happy Saturday, everybody. It is challenge countdown day number two. 2 more days till the Hormone Bliss Challenge. If you didn't sign up yet, sign up. Link in my bio on Instagram in the link tree or on Facebook or YouTube. It's up there at the top. Find out more. Join us. Amazing women go through this challenge. Hi, y'all. I see Jill, see Kimberly, Deanna. How are you guys? I see eyeballs over here. Give me a shout out. Let me know who's here. I'm still waiting for you guys to post and tell me what are your biggest burning questions around hormones. Maybe I need to do that one thing hormone questionnaire I did a few months ago again, because we had like 150 responses on that thing. How many of you submitted a response on there and said what your biggest hormone question was? 150 people in like a day. That was amazing. So today I'm going to talk about three of my favorite things for hormone balancing. If you've been talking with me for a while, you probably know what they are. But if you haven't, you're going to learn more in the challenge about these. But I will just mention. So three of my favorite tools. Number one is heart rate variability monitoring. How many of you have used heart rate variability monitoring? You know what HRV is. You know what it does. Hi, Maylee. You know how important it is and what it means for your nervous system. Well, your hormones, real quick, originate in your brain. So it's part of your nervous system. It's your neuroendocrine system. They're not two separate things. It's not like neurology over here and endocrinology over here. They all originate right up in this baby right here. So they're interconnected. And your heart rate variability is a sensitive marker of how your nervous system is functioning. Yes, I teach you all about this in my programs. And so monitoring that, Jill has an Aura ring, which is good, but there are more sophisticated tools. But that's a good, like wearing a Fitbit for your step tracker. And so good job. And so there really are a lot of intricacies and things that you can do to help. When you help your nervous system and your HRV, you actually help your hormones. Okay, so that's my number one tool, which is amazing. And then my number two tool would be a continuous glucose monitor. Anybody had a continuous glucose monitor that they use? That thing that you put on the back of your arm monitors your glucose and kind of gives you a nice reading. That really helps you know what's going on with your insulin hormone, which is one of those 7 main metabolic drivers that I'm always squawking about. And it ties into the other hormones. I always say it's the loose thread on the knotted ball of yarn that is your hormonal mess. So you got to get that one right to untangle the whole rest of the ball of yarn. When I was in college, I had a cat named Valentine. She was so pretty. She was like black and white tuxedo cat. But she loved yarn and I loved to knit because I went to college up in the Northeast where it is freezing. And so we would knit these big thick wool sweaters with the yoke. Remember when that was in fashion in the 80s with the big yokes? So I would knit it. Well, the cat would bat the yarn all over the place. Anybody knit here or ever knit or have a cat and deal with yarn and cats? That's a situation. And the yarn would get all knotted. So I would have this, after I'd be knitting for a couple hours, the cat would have demolished this ball of yarn and I would have to get it unknotted. So what do you do to unknot a knotted ball of yarn? Anybody? Where are my knitters, crocheters here? What do you do? Do you just start grabbing at it and pulling sections? Is that how you get it unknotted? Do you throw it up in the air to get it unknotted? No. What do you have to do? You got to find the loose end. Yep. You got to find the loose end. And once you find the loose end, then you follow its path and you tease it and you untie the knot. You follow its path, you unloop it, untease it, take the knots out, and you do it gently and gingerly. And that's how I liken that loose tail is the insulin. So that's why I love a continuous glucose monitor. And my third tool would be breathing practices. Yep. So particularly for the HRV, there aren't that many exercises that you can do to affect your nervous system, right? Has anyone ever tried? So why do we do aerobic exercise? Anyone? Because we love it. Do we do aerobic exercise because we love it? For most of us, nah. Why do we do it? Because we're using our skeletal musculature, right? Running, jumping jacks, push-ups. We're using our skeletal muscles to exert force, which causes higher demand for blood flow and oxygen from your heart, right? So we use our skeletal muscles to force our heart to work harder so that it can get more efficient and proficient, right? Cardiovascular endurance and training and fitness. That's why we exercise our skeletal muscles. And another benefit is we do get increased muscle mass, but you get that more with anaerobic type activities, right? So with HRV and your nervous system, if you check your HRV, what you're going to find for a lot of us women at midlife, by the time we hit our 50s and sometimes even our 40s, your HRV it's pretty bad. I'm just going to keep it real. It's bad. And if you have like an official HRV reading, the Oura Ring doesn't give you all this information. You need to have there are different devices that you can use, and you get your total power number, which is basically a number of I call it the juice. It's the juice or neurotransmitters available in your autonomic nervous system to run your heart. Okay, your juice graph is what I call it. You're going to find for most of you who are over 40, unfortunately, your juice or total power is going to look pretty bad. Like in a healthy, the example I have that I like to show people is a young woman who was like 27 and she was very healthy, and her total power was like 10,000. And really it should be 7 to 10,000. Some of you are running on fumes like 16. Some of you are probably in the hundreds, and the most efficient of you are probably up in the like 2,000, but most of you are way deficient from 7 to 10,000. And so one of the things you got to do is boost that up. And so how do you retroactively, just like you use your skeletal muscles to make your heart work faster, how do you get your autonomic nervous system to work harder and bodybuild, basically? How do you do that? Well, cardiovascular exercises can help, but one of the most efficient ways to do it is by using the breath. So your breath is controlled by your autonomic nervous system mostly. You do have some conscious control of that. You can think, oh, I want to take a big breath and do it consciously. So what you can do is you can override the automatic breathing that you do when you're sleeping that you don't think about, or when you're sitting reading and you don't think about. That's autonomic, right? You can use your conscious mind to control your breathing in certain patterns to force your autonomic nervous system to wake up. And this is why I love breathing practices. And there are so many of them. I teach you lots of them when I work with you that you can use to have different effects. Like if you're feeling anxious, there's certain breathing you can do to calm you down. If you're feeling tired and low, and part of the reason why you probably feel tired and low is because the way you breathe, just keeping it real. We talk about that too. You can do breathing practices to energize you. There are all kinds of breathing practices. There are breathing practices where you close off different parts of your nostrils, where you do them laying down, sitting, standing. You can do mudras with them. Does anyone know what mudras are? Deanna says, I've been practicing the breathing exercises you taught in the Hormone Club. Yes, girl. Good job. You get an A+. A plus for Deanna. Hi, Beth. I see a bunch of you here. Is that Megan Whitesides? 77. Hola. Laura, how are you? Nutri Hormone Mechanic. Yes. Hello. I am Marine. Thrive with Dr. Ray. Hey, Jody. I can never read these things. Like, I wish Instagram would give us the ability to make our names a little more readable. Anyway, Barb, I can read yours really easy because then you got _ Rosen. Hey. Avery, how are you? Maylee, I see a bunch of you over here. Let me know who else is here. I just see eyeballs. All right, so back to your my top 3. These are a few of my favorite things. When the hormones are unbalanced, do the HRV, do some resonance breathing. Make sure to put on your CGM and everything will be fine. Find that loose end on your hormones. We're going to talk about this in the challenge in detail. If you don't know about it, go to the bio at the top of the link, sis, up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching. You can get all the 411 on my challenge. It is super inexpensive because I want you to get this information. I want you to join us. It's like less than a tank of gas right now. And you will be joining amazing women. And I'll be going through this one simple thing each day, 12 days, super simple, big impact, super simple steps. Who can say it with me? Big impact. Anyone? Super simple steps, big impact. Last time we did it in November, like super simple stuff, nothing painful. You'll be like, Dr. Karen, this is so easy. That's what she said. And then she's like, oh my God, I lost 5 pounds and I didn't even know it. Like, who would love to lose 5 pounds that effortlessly in 12 days with super simple steps? Lots of us, right? Because like 60% of us are overweight by the time we get to menopause. And that's a lot of us. That's 6 out of 10. So that's a lot of us. Bailey says, super simple steps, big impact. Looking forward to Monday. She already joined. Yes, you get an A+, girl, because you posted that. Good job. All right. So I want to know, anyone, I did see a couple of you had experience with HRV. Anyone used a CGM? I did see you had breathing exercise experience, which I love. These are my favorite tools. I got lots of tools, but these are my absolute favorite that I use all the time. I have to say exercise is another one of my favorites. Like good old go to the gym, sweat your hair, your blowout out, sweat it, and just go for it. That's a great hormone balancing tool also. There's so many. How do you pick just a few? It's like, how do you pick your favorite kid? You can't, right? All right. So I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe I'll share a couple more tools tomorrow. This was kind of fun. We'll be going live every day at 5 until we start. Then you'll find me in the challenge because I won't be over here. I'll be dropping all the super delicious information over in the private challenge, but you got to join us to get it. So I would love to see you there. I'd be honored to have you. So you can learn 12 simple steps. What could you accomplish this first month of 2022, the year of you? What is your plan? How are you going to make this the year of you? Right? So what does the year of you start with? It starts with your health, because nothing else matters if you don't have your health, because your job doesn't matter, your house doesn't matter, your car, your family, your friends, none of it. Because there are certain health problems that once they start, they could be serious enough to cause problems down the line for you where you can't interact with these things or enjoy them, or maybe you won't be around for as long as you had planned. So making anything happen in your life starts with your health, and a woman's health starts with her hormone balance. That is that's the foundation of our health. So I hope to see you there. click at the top of the page in the links, says Linktree bio to find out more. And if you'd like to join us, sign up and I'll see you there. Mwah! Many blessings. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.